In case you missed it, new evidence has surfaced suggesting King Von may still be alive. It starts with the body cam footage from the night of his reported death. This triggered speculation when a statement surfaced saying, "There's a lot of holes in King Von's death if you really look into it. If anyone would fake their death to dodge murder charges, it'd be him." After his reported death, Von was allegedly linked to orchestrating FBG Duck's murder by paying O-Block members $100,000 and gifting them diamond O-Block chains. He was also connected to the murder of Key and implicated in several other Chicago killings, as covered in Traplore Ross's King Von documentary. Around this time, a tweet from someone close to F claimed King Von made it through 2 surgeries, woke up screaming for his firearm, went into shock, then passed away. He only had 1 more surgery left.
Made it to 2 surgeries. He got 3 surgeries, so he made it to 2 surgeries. And then after the second surgery, he hopped off the bed and started fighting the nurse. He said where his foot at, and he went into shock. So he was surgery. How hours later, Taylor knows he fought the nurse. He the one told me that. His mama didn't even know that. How do you know what's going on inside the hospital? That because she was here at the hospital.
This suggests that King Von was still alive in the hospital even after being shot. With this information resurfacing, many are now questioning how Bowie knew 2 years ago that King Von never had a firearm on him, possibly explaining why. When Von woke up in the hospital, he was reportedly screaming for a weapon he didn't have.
I mean, like you said, the King Von situation, like there was absolutely no reason for Von to be rolling around with that dude. Like, there was no, especially since he had security, like, you know, someone should have jumped in. It should never even,
King
I almost feel like, but I almost feel like if you have real security.
All of them is supposed to blast. I feel like they would have been more ready in Chicago.
Sad, man, sad. I mean, the whole King Von thing is really kind of hanging
me up,
over
bro.
everyone right now.
That f me up, bro. Cause I like King Von.
Making the story even more confusing yet intriguing is that when you look deeper into King Von's passing, inconsistencies start to emerge, revealing a different picture. On November 5th, 2020, King Von and his team headed to a club in Atlanta to celebrate his album release. What was meant to be a night of triumph quickly turned into a nightmare. Growing up in a dangerous area like O-Block, Von understood the risks of being caught off guard. That's why he pulled up with 20 to 25 O-Block members and had security. With him, the group was spread across 8 vehicles. Even 100K Track confirmed the extreme precautions Von took for protection.
I travel with one security that moves with Von, and he traveled with 2 more security. You know what I'm saying? Von traveled in a proof truck, and not only that, his guys are security, man. He travels with 10 to 15 guys daily. They protect and love Von more than any security will. We're like 8-10 cars deep, 20-25 entourage.
However, later that night, something shifted dramatically. King Von suddenly withdrew from everyone. He put his hood up and kept to himself. While the rest of the crew continued partying, around 2:30 a.m., the group began leaving the club. Von climbed into the back of his Escalade, still hooded and silent. The original plan was to head back to the Airbnb, but midway through the drive, Von told his driver to turn around.
Everybody's mind leaving the club is that we're going to a hotel in Airbnb, because that's normal routine. Club he went to, the after the hours wasn't getting paid for it, and I have no acknowledgement of his team. That have no acknowledgement of it. That was the complete Von decision.
As the rest of the crew made their way to the Airbnb, Von instructed his driver to head to a different club called Monaco. This single decision marked the first in a series of events that would ultimately lead to the end of King Von.
Everybody else that was with us driving to the Airbnb, and Von literally went to the venue by himself. We got a call later from people in the car, like, "Hey, bro, we get by." Matter of fact, I think from the DJ was like, "Hey, bro, you know, we get by ourselves. Like, where you guys at?" And everybody rerouted to that venue.
Some reason, the people in King Von's truck didn't inform the rest of the team until they had already arrived at Monaco. leaving Vaughn there alone with just one security guard. Once the rest of the crew found out, they rushed straight to the... While waiting in the parking lot, Vaughn's manager noticed something was off. Vaughn wasn't acting like himself. He sat quietly, hood up, tucked in the corner of his Escalade, unusually withdrawn.
For some reason, Vaughn was... This man is like, I promise you, the best artist I ever moved in my life. For some reason that night, it was off. Like, he stayed in the car for like 35 minutes.
His manager then got into the truck to check on him and eventually convinced Vaughn to go into the lounge. However, due to the club's rules, Vaughn's crew had to leave their firearms in the cars. They sent security inside first to ensure everything was safe before King Von entered.
I went to the car he was in. I was like, yo, Vaughn. Went inside the passenger seat. We're like, yo, Vaughn, bro, what's going on? Everybody here, wait, let's go. He was like, all right, let's go. We're telling security, hey, it's time to go in now. Vaughn's ready. You know what I'm saying? We've been here too long. Let's go inside. Check the venue, go inside, check the outside, make sure there's no...
While they were checking inside to ensure it was safe, the real danger was actually outside. Quando Rando was in his car with a few of his crew members, sleeping. As Vaughn and his team waited for the all clear to enter, one security guard noticed Quando in the parking lot. Kay quickly ran to King Von and said, "Did you know Quando was here?"
Now, right before we go inside the club, one of his homeboys came to the car and said, "Hey, so and so's here." And Vaughn just jumped up like, "Oh, come on, let's go."
King Von reacted immediately, jumping out of the Escalade to confront Quando. Quando's crew quickly roused him and got him out of the white vehicle. Van's team tried to calm him down and prevent a scene, but it didn't work. King Von circled to the front of the white vehicle and started swinging at a still groggy Quando.
Jumped out the car. By the time Vaughn jumped out the car, I don't even think he knew where so-and-so was. He just jumped out the car. He bumped into so-and-so. As soon as he bumped into so-and-so, started brawling.
Just seconds into the fight, Wando's best friend, Lil Tim, who was sleeping in the back of the car, slid out and fired multiple shots at King Von, hitting him several times. Van's manager was also struck once in the leg. At that moment, some of Van's crew, still armed, quickly pulled out their weapons and returned fire, causing Lil Tim to fall just a few feet away as gunshots echoed through the area. Two off-duty officers working security nearby, along with one on-duty officer who arrived at the scene, opened fire, killing one of King Von's friends. Meanwhile, Von lay in the middle of the street with Quando Rando right beside him. Many speculate that Quando was trying to snatch Von's chain before fleeing, but 100K Track believes Von was holding on to Quando to protect himself.
Was he trying to take Von's chain, or?
Honest truth, I don't think he really had no jewelry on, and from the people that was a little closer, Vaughn was actually holding onto him, and you didn't even know it. You hear like even through getting that strong, like he was literally holding him.
Once the gunfire died down, it became a desperate race to save King Von's life. His best friend, Moo, rushed into the street, pushing Quando Rando away from Vaughn and lifting him into the getaway vehicle. Meanwhile, Quando and his crew quickly fled the scene, jumping into their white car and heading to the hospital. Despite being hit 4 times, King Von remained conscious throughout the ride. According to 100K Track, Von was even in good spirits, reassuring everyone he'd be okay, deepening the mystery surrounding whether he actually survived the ordeal.
When he was in the car, I myself wasn't there. The gentleman that was in the car with him was panicking, and Vaughn was the one that was like, "Hey, calm down, slow down, chill, I'm gonna be good." Into the hospital. And honest truth, we all thought that the way he was carrying himself from that incident, and what I was told from the people in the car, that he would have been fine.
The news of King Von's passing sent shockwaves through the rap industry. Known as one of Chicago's most fearless and dangerous gang members, it was hard to believe he had fallen victim to a beef with another rapper.
This made national headlines as officials confirmed one of the 3 people think was rapper King Von from Chicago, who was here last night with friends.
2 groups of individuals got into a physical altercation. That physical altercation escalated into an exchange of...
The day after, an O Block member went live on Instagram showing a King Von mural being painted near O Block.